Hello and welcome to Channel Sport this morning. It's great to have you join us again. I am Taya Salam.
And I'm Cecilia Omogbe. This morning we're starting from the continent where Akwa United, they are out of the CAF Champions League after the loss 2-0 away at Belouizdad.
Ouch. No, not a great way to start the show at all. Akwa United failing to make it beyond the prelims of the CAF Champions League. On a good note though, Rivers United have advanced into the next round of the same competition after they defeated Young Africans of Tanzania 1-0.
All right, the good news is Rivers United have advanced, and also Bayelsa United in the CAF Confederations Cup also advanced. Enyimba awaits, they got a bye, so they're waiting for their own game. Also on the program, yes, London is still blue because Chelsea are just a team that cannot be beaten. And Thomas Tuchel has said that he wants to build a team that everyone will be afraid to meet and cannot be beaten.
Right, it's definitely on track to achieving that particular target. After 3 London derbies this season, London is still blue. Chelsea already beat Crystal Palace, Arsenal, and now Tottenham Hotspur. We're going to be talking about the Premier League a lot more later on the show. But before then, let's give you news coming from the world of sports and politics.
Yes, sports and politics. When you have a former boxer who wants to become a president, it's not the first time we are having this kind of thing because George Weah, of course, of Liberia, yes. Successfully from a footballer to a president. Now we're having a boxer who wants to transit from being a boxer to a president. We're talking about Manny Pacquiao.
That's it for Manny Pacquiao in his attempt to become the president of the Philippines. Let's move on now to Yaoundé, Cameroon, and talk about the FIBA Afrobasket, where D Tigers over the weekend started a title defense on a winning note against Mozambique. It was a bit tricky in the first 2 quarters, but once the D Tigers got started, found their rhythm, there was no stopping them. Eventually, it ended up being a comfortable victory for Nigeria, 67-50. But we're seeing results from the other games that were played.
That were played yesterday, because the Tigers won by as much as 17 points, right?
Exactly.
It's on a very low note. That was on Saturday. But the games from Sunday, Egypt were not smiling when they faced Guinea, who got a wild card to come into the competition. So I'm not really surprised by that result. 102-50, but that's really a whitewash, you will say. And the game between Tunisia and Cote d'Ivoire, it was a shocker for me. Cote d'Ivoire, they've been on the rise recently. But against Tunisia, so it's like their women are not as good as their men. It was 69-49. It's not a close call at all. Then Angola, 2 times champions, beating Mozambique 6-1. And we'll be facing Angola later today. Yeah. Kenya and Cape Verde ended in favor of Kenya, 61-58 in that one.
All right, so let's quickly focus on Nigeria's game against Mozambique. Like I said, first 2 quarters wasn't great at all, and that's understandable. This team barely just came together, so it took some time for them to find their rhythm. But once they did that, there was no stopping the Tigers. Of course, they were led by the irrepressible MVP, Nzine Kalu, on the day, 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists, while Captain Fantastic Adara Elono as well, too, contributed 13 points and 7 rebounds. Like we said, they're taking on Angola in the second game today, and that's the game we're going to focus on quickly. Angola, better side than Mozambique, has to be said historically, and the way they are right now. But so it's going to be a lot tougher. But then the girls are sounding very confident, especially the coach, Butsis Ugly.
You know, I believe they must have watched the game between Angola and Mozambique. How Angola had to step into their A game for them to be able to beat Mozambique. So it simply shows that Angolans are a team that may go down, but then somehow you just have to be very good, because when they coasted to that double digit in the first lead, 39-28, they just head on to be able to win, even when Mozambicans fought back, but it just wasn't enough. So let's listen to the coach of the D Tigers talking about the game tonight.
We're prepared. We do a lot better when we see a team play. I didn't get a chance to see Mozambique play for 2 reasons. They got a new coach, so they play different. There was no film to watch, to study. And that's when we are at our best, when we know and we can prepare specifically. And everything that we do is pragmatic and practical and targeted. This, we just came out and had to figure it out. Once we did, look what happened in the second half. We started to make that same run in the first in our sub-5 because I wanted to rest my girls. And we gave up that 6-point lead that we started to have. It's okay. We knew we had a second half. I trust these girls. I knew they would do it, and they did. Well, they're not happy with what happened today. So whoever they play against next, they're going to take it up a whole nother level. It doesn't matter who it is, USA or Quaker State Motor Oil College. It ain't going to matter.
Somehow his level of confidence is infectious. Well, I wish we were able to do something better at the Olympics. I would have been happy. I was talking about USA bringing any team, but then Olympics, we did not win a game.
So okay. That's in the
I'll leave it at
now.
that. Exactly. Focus on the Afrobasket.
Exactly. Let's move on. There's a somewhat bigger targets. Trying to repeat, winning back to back to back. So I think that's the focus now. Olympics, that's in the rear view mirror. Now let's just move on from there. Let's see how they prosecute that game against Angola later today. All right, that's it for the Afrobasket.
We'll just look at fixtures for today.
Okay,
quickly we'll just run through them. Cote d'Ivoire and Mali will be in action. Egypt and Senegal will also be in action. Egypt is beating everyone. Cape Verde and Cameroon, Angola and Nigeria will be the last game for today. That's day 3. Afrobasket is here and see if Nigeria can do 3 feet.
All right, fingers crossed. Let's get on with the show now.
And talk about another big one that is going on in Lagos, in Nigeria, the 6 Nation Invitational Friendlies. I'm talking about the Aisha Buhari's Cup, where yesterday it was a goalless game. It was day 4. That's when Final had a game that did not produce any goal at all. Because Friday was a goal fest. 3-0 South Africa beating Ghana, which was a shocker for everyone. But on Saturday was a rest day, and the game on Sunday between Mali and Morocco ended goalless. The Moroccans, the Malians were so physical. They lost to Nigeria in their opening game. They didn't want to lose to Morocco, just the way Moroccans stunned the Cameroonians, because these are the girls you really count on because of the way they play together. The synergy, the cohesion within the team is so great that you'll be wondering these guys may have been playing football together for 10 years. But then the good thing is it was an enjoyable game. It wasn't really boring, but then there were no goals because the 2 chances Moroccans had, I don't know if it was nerves or they didn't settle into it. They just couldn't convert their chances, and the game ended goalless at the end of the day. So Morocco and Mali, they're done with their 2 games they came here to play. Moroccans should be home by now because they left immediately after the game to go back to their country. And the coaches or the players were actually happy with this tournament because they feel that this actually prepared them for the Akwa qualifiers, which is starting next month.
Yes, fantastic, decent performance from Morocco. Won their first game very convincingly, 3-0. Second game, a draw against Mali, but you've said it all. The Malians didn't want to come to Nigeria and lose both games, so they showed up for this particular match. Very impressed with the Moroccans, and they're coming. They're putting in, they're investing big time in women's football in that country, and it's only a matter of time before they start to reap the rewards and benefits. This goalless draw, like you said, Cecilia, wasn't a boring one. Not all goalless draws are boring. This was actually quite exciting, but unfortunately did not produce any goals. Stalemate. That's how it ended between Morocco and Mali. Of course, Nigeria is going to be in action tomorrow in their second game against South Africa. We can't wait for that one to come around. We have today and tomorrow to do a comprehensive preview of that particular game. All right, or we can just start ahead with the preview already. What are we waiting for?
What are we waiting for?
Cecilia, Nigeria, South Africa, first in Africa versus third in Africa. So obviously it's going to be a very competitive game. And we saw South Africa over the weekend against the Black Queens. You saw what they did to the Black Queens. Temba Gatlana, what a player. Did you see that goal she scored? Amazing stuff. We have to be very wary of them.
Sometimes people are still talking about the girl, like, surprised. No, I'm not surprised. Since 2016, I've been watching her. You know how good she is. I mean,
what a player.
She's good with the ball. When we're trying to criticize her in 2018 when she won the African Women's Footballer of the Year, it was because, her finishing, sometimes she's predictable. But hey, I mean, Onome Ebi had to do extra work you know, in 2016 and in 2018 in the final, to keep her quiet. Exactly. It was hard for us, and we ended up winning, but then it wasn't an easy win for us. And tomorrow is going to be like a revenge mission for the South Africans, because they've been talking tough. Yes, they know they came to Nigeria, but then Super Falcons are a team that can be beaten. But with what Monday Gift did in the opening game, and what Asisa did also, because the assist came from her, the 2 goals, it shows that these girls will not be smiling against the South Africans. They were actually there to watch the game, to watch the game between South Africa and Ghana. And the excitement that was in their faces, I was looking at them, you know, trying to check what her continents were when she was watching Gatland, and the way she was dribbling everyone, and even the goals that she scored.
Anyways, Nigeria's got their own live wire as well too. In Monday Gift, she came off the bench to score 2 goals against Mali in the very first game for Nigeria. And she's been speaking ahead of tomorrow's game against South Africa.
It's a good thing we came to watch their games. We've seen how they play. We know the attackers are very fast, and we know they are organized, more organized at the defense. So we'll just look forward, and we just go back to the training board and look on how we can just stop the fast attack and break their defense line to get our goals. A good game should be expected of me. Yeah, it's what I really want to do. I just want to make an impact in the Super Falcons team. So anytime I'm being introduced in the game, I'll just give it my best.
Monday Gifts sounded very confident. I like her attitude towards the game. Whether as a sub or as a starter, she's ready to make a positive impact for the Super Falcons. Let's talk about another forward, this time Desire Akwa. You've seen her. She seems to be looking, recovering nicely from the injury. She suffered eye injury. But she's been talking as well too about the South African match, which is like a final in this particular competition, knowing the rivalry between the 2 countries.
Obviously. So let's listen to Desire Akwa. You're talking about injury. She may start on Tuesday. She may not, because she has this, you know, bandage on her head. Let's hear from her what she had to say ahead of the game against South Africa, and also about the whole tournament, the Aisha Buhari Invitational Cup.
Well, it's been fun. It's been exciting, and I mean, the standard is obviously high, and it's expected, you know, when anything Nigeria touches is, you know, it's always top notch, and you know, kudos to the organizers for putting all of this together. It's really a standard. Always a win, you know, because when the Super Falcons are contesting against the rest of Africa, you know, the expectation has always been a victory. So God's willing, we're not going to give you anything short of victory. So we're coming all the way to, you know, South Africa is a tough side, and it will be, at the end of the day, the grass will suffer, but we will also, you know, come out on top after the game.
Right. All right.
We'll see.
Tops, yeah.
Sorry, pans out between the 2 countries tomorrow. That's an Aisha Buhari Cup Invitational, must be said. No longer a cup. It's an invitational tournament involving 6 of the top 10 African sides right now. So, good one. Let's move on, still talking women's football, and talk about the NFF Cup. Something very interesting in the works for the class of 1999.
NFF ITL Awards, Football Awards.
Yeah.
Is it ITL Cup, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
Awards.
So let's quickly talk about that. Okay, yeah, we already have the honors list, you know, coming forward, even before we start talking about it. It's happening tonight at Tech Hotel and Suite. But then NFF decided that this year, the last time we saw them honoring the class of 94, that's the US 94, class of 94, you know, Super Eagles team. And they announced at that time they were also going to honor some, you know, outstanding women that represented the country, especially the class of 1999, who went to the World Cup. And these are the names of the players that will be honored tonight. A 20-woman squad. That's what NFF have selected. I mean, these names, these are stars. When you mention their names, you know that, yes, these girls were the one who made women's football popular.
You can say that
Florence
again.
or Magbemi.
Of course, who doesn't know Florence?
Captain, won the Nations Cup, also took the girls in 2016 in Cameroon. She won it for, she was the coach and she won, and everyone was rooting. Can she just remain the coach? Just you have Ellis of South Africa, but then it just wasn't to be. And Chejine also, I mean, she's a part of the coaching crew right now of the current Super Falcons squad. Yinka Kudaisi, yeah. Martha Tahemba, Adana Nwaneri, you have Iberichi Okpara, Kikelome Ajayi, yes.
What a player, what a left back. Arguably Nigeria's the best left back. That's talking about the Super Falcons. Stella Mbachu, oh, what a player, what a winger as well. When she gets the ball on the flanks, you're almost not going to stop her, and she's always, most times, always going to deliver or get into the box and find a teammate. Stella Mbachu taking power wherever you are today. Rita Wadike as well too. I love this ladies. I grew up watching them. It's good to see that they will be around to receive this honor from the NFF at the ITEL Award. There's also Marvin Ogun, Priska Mesco as well too. There's Judith Chime. There's also Nkini.
Nkiru Kosime, yeah.
Oh,
Kosime,
what a player.
yeah.
That's another great Super Falcons, Nkiru Kosime. Maureen Madu, of course.
Yeah.
Can't say enough about Maureen Madu. There's also Florence Weta, there's Nkechi Egbe. Wow. Wow, I remember that. Patience Avery.
Yeah.
Wow. It's great. I hope all of this, I hope they all turn up.
I hope so. I mean, the story I'm hearing that most of them were flown into the country.
Awesome.
So hopefully, I mean, they all be there tonight. I can't just wait to see them. Messi Akide. Messi Akide should be in town already. And Ifeanyi
Chejin as well.
Yeah.
Congratulations to all of them. They made Nigeria proud. Big time. In 1999, that was at the USA World Cup. They got to the quarterfinals, I remember. And they lost narrowly to Brazil, I believe, in that quarterfinal. They could have easily gone into the semis as well.
Yeah, and then USA 7-1 or something. Yeah. Okay, I don't want to remember that, but let's just remember the good ones, which are really, you know, what the Falcons were able to do in that USA 1999. They will not be only, they're not just the only ones that will be honored tonight. Of course, the best footballer of the year, the regular awards go ahead. But this is the headline event tonight for the NFF ITO Awards that will be taking place today. Okay, we're looking forward to it, and it's a good thing that it's also happening while you also have the, you know, the Aisha Buhari Cup also taking place. So it's all about women.
Yeah, awesome.
All right.
Gotta celebrate our women. Anyways, let's get over the show now. Let's talk a bit of athletics and talk about the Southwest Athletics Association meets.
Yeah, I mean, they went in Lagos, and the plan is actually to unveil what they want to do this year. Athletics have been giving us a lot of joy, especially, you know, after the Olympics, yes, it wasn't so good.
It wasn't great
not
at the
so
Olympics.
great. But then we went to the junior champs, you know, in Kenya, the under-20, and of course, it was greater for us because most of the young athletes that went there came back with medals, which everyone was really proud of, saying that the future is really bright. And some of these athletes, you know, are from the Southwest. So at the end of the day, I mean, the chairman of the Oyo, Ondo, Osun State, Ekiti, you also have Lagos State Athletics Association. They hosted it. So they've been talking about how they intend to, you know, actually develop, you know, athletics in the country. But then let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll be listening to all of them talking about their plans for the year.
In the Southwest, the athletics family decided to come together to put together a blueprint for the promotion, advancement, development, discovery, and how should I say, rebuilding of athletics in the Southwest. Before now, for many decades, the Southwest played a huge role in the development of sports and sportsmen and women. Over the years, we have rested on our oars and maybe allowed other geopolitical zones to take the fall. Well, I can tell you that we are determined now to take our pride of place again, because we know, just by sheer geographical size, the Southwest is bigger than Bahamas, is bigger than Jamaica, is bigger than all those West Indian countries who are making waves. So why can't we?
We want to go back to school. all what we have been doing before. We want private sectors, we want individuals to come and support what we are doing. Athletics, that is one thing that unites all of us. We want to discover it. We want good athletes that we can train to go to the Olympics and win more medals. Please, whoever that can support us for us to move forward, we want that. Because Southwest have done so much for athletics in the past, and we want to go back to what we have done.
The missing link is between the age of, I say, 17 to 24. That is the tertiary institution in this country. We don't do anything with our tertiary institution. No matter how good you are in the secondary school, if you don't do or go to university and do sports, you will not do well. That's why you see the best of our athletes, they will leave secondary school here, they go to American university, they'll be doing well.
Welcome back. All right, we are 3 in the studio right now. We'll talk about this. What to just watch. We have Oyewuchi in the studio with us. He's the deputy editor, Sporting Life.
Thank you so much, Cecilia. Good morning.
Good morning. It's great to have you on the show.
Good to have you too, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, you just listened to the Southwest Athletics Association. You're talking about their plans for the grooming athletes for the Olympics and also winning medals. Of course, Falilat Ogunkoya, you heard that from Yusuf Ali, and also Lagos State Athletics chairperson, talking about Solomon Alao, all of them, talking about what they intend to do, to try as much as possible to develop the game.
Cecilia, I think every region must have to borrow a leaf from what the Southwest Athletics Association is doing. I'm of the opinion that the reason why administrators are desperate to get to the national federations, that's the AFN, the NFF, the other MBBF, is because there are so much activities centered in those federations. But we have, like I told Tayo some weeks ago, we have 774 local governments. We have 36 states and FCT. We have senatorial districts. What the Southwest Athletics Association has done is what every local government, every state should be doing. We don't need people going to AFN, fighting tooth and nail, making it a do or die affair. At your own level, you can develop sports. At the local government level, you can develop sports. You can have athletics club, seek sponsorship, liaise with the AFN, with your state association, discover talents, and from there, you build a house from the foundation.
Ground up.
You don't start from the roof. So I think they have shown the way, and every other state, the Southeast region, the South-South, the North-Central, the Northeast, the Northwest should borrow a leaf and do something within their own jurisdiction. They shouldn't come to the AFN and the national body all the time, going to court, fighting to get there. Do something at your own level.
Sports on, Oyewuchi. Sports on. Well said. Hopefully, they've listened to you and they do the right thing. All right.
Yeah.
That's what is important. And I love what Falilat talked about, the fact that anyone who's going to represent them, at the federal level should keep this thing in mind, not infighting. Just know that you're going there to develop the sport, to help, nurture talent and not just focus on the elite level.
If you have good vision to go to any of the federations, you're not going to fight.
If you have good vision, I love that.
So that brings the question, what is the motivation of these people that are going into those places in the first place?
Tayo, was it not shocking during the last Olympic Games that certain senior members of the AFN allegedly hid the password?
Ridiculous.
If you mean well for the country, for the AFN, for the sake of the athletes, you're not going to do that.
Do the right thing.
Oh, dear.
And that's why they couldn't even go for the world release. Same thing, selfish interest.
Okay.
Let's leave those selfishness and talk about the selfless things. That's the players who play football on the field, the CAF Champions League. Akwa United, let's confirmation of the results of what went down on Sunday for Akwa United and, of course, Rivers United, and then Bayelsa. Just take a look at the fixtures for the CAF Champions League. The results. Okay. Preliminary rounds, that's the round 1 second leg. Rivers United, it was just a 1-0 victory, but then aggregate was 2-0. They won away 1-0. They came home 1 away, 1 at home 1-0, and that was enough for them to cross over to the next round. Okay, Akwa United, when they won that first leg 1-0, and everyone was like, okay, they can't. It will be hard for them to get something in Algeria, especially on a cold night. They just couldn't. Late goals conceded, and then it ended for them. No chance of even going to the Confederations Cup. First round elimination for Akwa United.
Well, Cecilia, maybe we should start from Akwa United.
Yeah,
it was always going to be tough for them. Yeah. Yes, when you qualify for the CAF Champions League, you should expect anything. Sometimes you are lucky during the draw. Yeah. You get the so-called easy teams.
Yeah. Sometimes you're unlucky.
You're unlucky. Like so I think Akwa United were unlucky. But when you play, like I said, in the CAF Champions League, you should prepare. Yeah. I somehow followed the preparation of this Algerian team on their Twitter handle. And you see, sometimes I think our administrators too should, and everybody concerned in preparing the team should follow their opponents. These teams didn't just rely on their pedigree, the organization, they worked hard. They went on a mini camping in a high school that had very good facilities. Then they started preparing for the first leg. And when we saw what they were able to do, Akwa United also showed that they're a good side. But at that continental level, you need top quality.
Extra.
It's not just what you prove at the domestic scene. You need to improve your game. You need a lot of factors. You need a team, very strong team, and you need to get everything together. Boboye was lamenting that some of the players left. That's usually the problem. You can't blame the coach because players want to go and better their lives. They want to get better pay. Play with in a better environment and good facilities. So I think we need, in retrospect, our teams, while you are battling to pick continental ticket, remember that when you pick, you must step up. It's not, you are not playing against
level teams anymore.
And you need a lot of work to do to maintain the players, retain them, ensure that you pay them well so that they will not go outside. Because if you don't pay them well, they are going to leave. The cross of the team will leave and it will put you in a difficult situation. So that's what has happened to Akwa United.
But when you were talking about pay them well, I mean, Akwa United is one of the clubs that, their players earn high salaries. But you can't compare it to what Europe will bring. It's never the same. The quality and everything, it's never the same.
Yeah, no, but sometimes you can reach an agreement if you are desirous of winning or going far on the continent. You can reach an agreement with the players, okay? Sign a 3-year contract. We want to play. It's planning.
Okay.
We want to play on the continent. We want you guys to stay. We know you want to leave, but let us work together. How much do you want to earn? Even if you are not going to pay them what they get, but if they see that commitment, they're likely going to stay.
I think your point is very clear. They just need to do what they have to do to keep some of those players. Key players left Akwa United after they won the league. Now they've had to prosecute the Champions League against the Algerian champions with
back-to-back striker.
Yeah, I mean, and if you look at the match reports, fair enough to Akwa United. They held on for about 72 minutes until they conceded the first goal, and then afterwards it was always going to be downhill. And that's why they're out of the competition in the very first round, the preliminary round, it must be said. So Akwa United is the end of the road for them. But for Rivers United, they were always in a better situation than Akwa United. 1-0 away already.
Yeah, 1-0 away, one would have expected a whitewash.
Really?
But that goes to show that the continent is also very different. Officiating, you are going to get the best referees from the African continent. Sometimes, when we play in the league, you have home advantage and all that. Now they struggled till the second half before they could get that goal. So it means that young Africans also came here for business.
You're spot on. The MPFL is at a very decent level in terms of competition, but then it's a whole new ball game on the continent. Okay, young Africans, Tanzania, you'd expect Nigeria and Tanzania was, but look at that, they struggled. I mean, to get
but they got the
win.
The win, and
that's all that matters.
They are going to face
Al Hilal of Sudan.
That's a tough one,
yeah,
right?
So they have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Anyways, congratulations to Rivers United. Better luck next time to Akwa United. How about Bayelsa United?
Yeah, Bayelsa, man, they did the job very well. Easy for them. 3-0. they won their game against Ashanti.
Golden Boys.
Golden
Nothing
Boys.
golden about
4-2. 4-2.
It was, at first time, it was 3-0, and it ended 4-2.
Yeah.
And then for these guys, now they will be facing CX Sfaxien.
Ouch.
Wow.
Okay.
Ouch.
All right.
There you go. That says it all. The reaction from all three of us in the studio says it all. CS Sfaxien already.
Yeah, and Bayelsa played a little bit because of the tension in Guinea. You know, so Faith played, played some parts in them playing the one leg in Bayelsa. And conceding 2 goals at home for me, Tayo and Cecilia, it says a lot. It says a lot. So
after going 3 goals up.
Yes, it says a lot. And the governor has motivated them. I think he promised 10 million for the win and 1 million each for the goal. So he gave them 14 million naira yesterday. I hope that's...
It's going to have to double that for CS Sfaxien game. Oh, CS Sfaxien.
This is going to be home anyway.
Yeah, exactly. There's no one-off in Bayelsa again. That's such a tough one.
We might just having only Enyimba left at the end of the day. Enyimba is going to be facing Diabas, right? We finished the judge with them. It might just be a great one.
All right, so that's it from the continent. Football concerning Nigerian teams on the continent, Rivers United, Akwa United, and Bayelsa United. Still talking football, but let's talk about the Nigerian National League, the most important league in the world, according to the organizers. And we have a story concerning Sokoto United. They have unveiled their new manager, and they've made no bones about it. They've set a target for him. Get us into the Nigeria Professional Football League. The new coach is Mohammed. Onye, you familiar with Mohammed?
Well, Tayo.
It's been around.
Yeah, it's been around.
Yeah.
You know, no coach can return himself into a magician if he doesn't have the necessary, facilities, the top quality players. It's good what Sokoto United are doing, trying to organize the team, set a target, for next season. But I'm hoping that they will also recruit good players and pay them well, and ensure that everything they need in terms of traveling, logistics, they do it. And now you can hold the coach responsible. Because even if you bring the best coach in the world to come and handle your team, and you don't give him that necessary atmosphere for him to achieve your target, then he's not likely to perform magic.
You're spot on, and that's exactly what the Sokoto Sports Commissioner has been talking about, how they intend to give the coach all the support needed to get the team into the MPFL next season.
The core objectives of bringing you to Sokoto to serve as technical advisor of Sokoto United is to promote Sokoto United to Premier League. You and your team, hear it from my mouth that I don't want you to compromise in the objectives you are here. And I'm assuring you, right from myself, the permanent secretary, the director, the co-chairman of the club, and all of us will give you a pre-hand to move the club. No hindrance, no interference.
Well said. No hindrance, no interference. Right. How about the coach, though? It's very interesting to see how the coach reacted to all of this. Mr. Mohammed. Let's take a listen to him now.
Came here, they brought me here with a challenge. And inshallah, the challenge is for me to promote the team into the Premiership of Nigeria, the MPFL. But I want people to understand one thing. We have a new team now. underdevelopment, and we are going to build structure. So everybody has to be patient with us. We are going for the target. But if the target is not, we don't got it this year, inshallah, we'll go fully, let's say. But inshallah, we will definitely go for the target to qualify for the Premier, inshallah.
Okay.
That's it.
Interesting. I love the fact that he's not bullish like the way the commissioner was. It's just, I mean, if we don't do it this season, we'll do it next season. But from what the commissioner said, you have to get it, that's the reason. And getting it is next year they want to see them in MPFL.
The commissioner is obviously a politician, so you know he wants to please his principal, but. The coach is a football person.
Yeah.
He knows that sometimes if you have the best team, you may not even achieve your targets. But if they allow him, you know, like the commissioner promised to give him free hand, give him a time frame. It could be 2 years or 3 years. Then he could, you know, because as he's evolving, he will have to, you know, identify the loopholes, try to replace and try to beef up the team. So we wish them all the best.
All the
because
best.
It's not easy to build a team. That's what he talked about, building a team.
Let's get on with the show now and go to the English Premier League and talk about the London derby between Chelsea and Tottenham. Surprise, surprise, it was Chelsea prevailing on the day, 3-0. Strong second-half performance to get the job done and to ensure that London still remains blue. Other results before we come back to the Chelsea game. Brighton, interestingly, have had a fantastic start to the season. It continues against Leicester, 2-1. They're now in the top 4. West Ham and Manchester United in a very exciting game, ended 2-1 in favor of Manchester United. Tottenham lost at home against Chelsea. We're going to focus on that straight away on here with you, Achukwu. Chelsea, once again, showing their title credentials, going to Tottenham to get 3 goals and 3 points.
Outstanding result, Cecilia. I mean, everybody had their hearts in their mouths because of before that game. They thought that it was going to be, you know, almost like a 50-50 game. But Tottenham, you know, controlled in the first few minutes, but immediately Chelsea switched gear like they've done in previous games this season. It was a one-way traffic. I mean, the players have shown that there's a lot of depth in that team. Everyone that is picked will want to retain his position. Look at Marco Alonso, what he has done this season, you know, benching Chilwell. Thomas Tuchel is already confused. He's saying Chilwell wants to play, but how can he bench a player that is doing so well? You know, so it's all-round quality for Chelsea, and people are beginning to believe that they are genuine title contenders.
Thiago Silva with the first goal there, great header to put Chelsea in front. N'Golo Kante came on.
I mean, it was fantastic.
You could argue that there was a bit of a
like, is it the same player that was said he was injured?
Then you get lucky.
Exactly. Got the second goal. And Rudiger, a defender, scoring again.
That's why he's asking for
pay rise. They need to give him.
Sign a new
They've got to give him.
Got to pay me well if I'm doing well.
Indeed.
Same player that, you know, the baby coach wasn't playing.
Wanted to get, that's football for you at times. You know,
sometimes you had to rub it in.
Sometimes you get.
We have so many baby coaches in the Premier League. I mean,
but we know what you're talking
about. Some baby coaches coaching some big clubs. When you have some big other. Okay, you know what? Let's listen to Thomas Tuchel. His reaction after the game. All right, we need to go on a break. When we come back, we'll be talking about the game between United and West Ham. All right. Let's talk about Manchester United and West Ham. They went away to win. Ronaldo, of course, scoring his 4th goal in 3 games. This guy is not
with
smiling.
the help of the goalkeeper again.
Of course. No, he was right there. I mean, the goalkeeper spilled it over.
Why is the goalkeeper spilling a weak shot, a weak attempt like that in the first place? We saw it with the Newcastle goalkeeper. Now we're seeing it with, what's his name, Fabianski.
Okay. But the most important thing is that he has scored 4 goals in 3 games. So tie up, however you want to take that.
It doesn't matter how he scored it.
Jesse Lingard, I'm so happy for this beautiful boy because, beautiful, handsome.
He's a man. Oh boy, it's 27.
When you're just too fine, the word beautiful can be used. Beautiful doesn't have a gender.
He's a man,
okay,
not
as
a boy.
I was saying.
That's what I said.
Beautiful has no gender, right? It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
He's a boy.
It's beautiful, it's beautiful. Yeah. And it's called a beautiful goal. After what happened in the Champions League. With you, please.
Yeah, I'm happy for Jesse Lingard. You know, last season he went to West Ham and he rediscovered himself. You see, when he scored this goal, he couldn't celebrate because he felt, you know, that allegiance to the Hammers. But for Ronaldo, I mean, it's incredible start for him at Manchester United. You might argue that, but you need to be there.
Of course.
You need to make the effort, and he was quick. He was the quickest to react in the box. So what were West Ham defenders doing? He played the first shot, the goalkeeper parried, and he followed up. So I think it's a problem of West Ham
Spot
defense.
On.
Yeah. So with Lingard coming as a sub, the same thing he did the last game at home, scoring. I mean, this guy is very highly confident, doing so well. But the talking points, everybody, you know, is
we'll
what
get to
happened
that talking point. And Mark Noble, we'll get to Mark Noble, but before then, let's get the post-match thoughts of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who is very, very happy for getting those 3 points and keeping United unbeaten. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer very, very happy with that dramatic 2-1 win over West Ham in the English Premier League. United have now extended their run to 29 Premier League away games without defeat. 19 wins and 10 draws. It's the longest ever run without defeats on the road in English League history. Fantastic for Manchester United.
Turning to trophy.
Exactly. Okay. That will be the obviously the main thing at the end of the season, whether United can indeed deliver a trophy or they want to continue with all of these records that don't really mean much at the end of the day. You were about to talk about the topical issue.
The highlight of that game yesterday was the penalty. Obviously, Luke Shaw handled the ball in the box.
Clear pen.
And VAR ruled clearly that it was a penalty. Then all of a sudden, David Moyes warmed up a player, Mark Noble, and you know, he came on and missed the penalty. It was shocking. Everybody's saying the same thing happened to England at the Euros. Even Gary Lineker, the English icon, criticized Moyes for bringing on a player who has not even warmed up straight to take a penalty.
First kick of the game.
First kick of the game. So everybody's saying, what
was a strange decision.
You know, but sometimes, Tayo and Cecilia, it could have worked. If he had worked,
how many times has it really worked? Anyway?
Yeah, exactly. But it's such a strange decision because we hardly see situations like this. You know, Mark Noble is a great penalty taker. He's scored his last 10, but all the 10 he's scored has never been from the bench. He's always played some parts in the game. Anyways, David Moyes doesn't care what Onye is saying or what Graham Souness and Lineker is saying. He's standing by his decision to bring Mark Noble to play that penalty kick, even though they've missed it. That's David Moyes defending his call to bring Mark Noble on to take that penalty against Manchester United, and they lost all 3 points because it ended up being costly at the end of 90 minutes plus injury time. All right, that's it for the Premier League. Let's take a look at the papers before we close the show. And I think it's only right to start with Sports in Life.
Thank you.
Because we got a deputy editor in studio, so yeah, got to pay him that respect. All right, let's start with that. And Napoli put 48.25 billion naira price tag on Osimhen. No surprises.
Yeah, no surprises, Tayo. And it's simple economics.
Yes.
When you are doing well, your value is going to soar. And Napoli obviously thinking that in January, in the winter transfer window, a lot of clubs will be, trying to get the signature of Osimhen. So what they have done, we are not going to sell. But if you have to part with him, you have to break the bank. You have to break the bank.
Indeed. So obviously, Osimhen is not looking to leave Napoli anytime soon. Still in Sports in Life, Onuachu scores 4th goal.
In 6 games.
Back on the scoring trail now.
For Paul Onuachu, over the weekend he expressed his disappointment that he couldn't make the move to the Premier League, but he has shown tremendous character. For a player that was, almost going out of the club, he has put that aside and he has, shown very, very good consistency, scoring his 4th goal. And at the Europa League last Thursday, he
scored the winner
on the continent. So it's good for him. I hope he replicates that for the national team too.
Yes, that's what professionals do. You move on to the next one.
And we hope the coach can actually give him more time to play for him to replicate that.
I mean, as long as, okay, you mean as the Super Eagles, right? That's not talk about Super Eagles.
When you say replicate them, like, it doesn't get much time to play. So how will he replicate when he doesn't get much time? 2 seconds.
Kelechi Iheanacho scored most of his goals last season as an impact player.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as a professional...
But he doesn't play 5 minutes or 3 minutes. He plays more than that.
Yeah.
PSG's Leonardo completely slams false Messi contract. Forget about the contract. Messi is struggling in Ligue 1.
Yeah, I think...
Strange.
Yeah, Tayo, I think...
2 shots on target.
I think Messi is not...
I think he wasn't bad in last night's game.
He's not happy that story got leaked. So I'm sure that was why Leonardo had to quickly react.
Yeah.
So that
contract leak.
their superstar will not be upset.
All right, move to the next paper and complete sports here. Udinese and Napoli will be in action today, and Osimhen fear grips Udinese. Go to the coach plots move to actually cage rampaging Nigeria. Okay, it's gripping up everywhere. And Brendan Rodgers reacting that indeed this goal should have stood. VAR ruled that out. That's how they lost to Brighton away from home. And you also have this one, Ekong hails history-making Dennis. Yes, he scored the first goal, you know, when Watford beat Norwich City 3-1 on Saturday. First goal for the Hornets as a history-making. Yeah. And Coleman says he's not worried about his future. He's facing Granada tonight, right? See, if he doesn't win that, he should be worried. He should be worried.
He better win.
Yeah. Okay, and the last one for today will be Sporting Sun. Osimhen is still here. Yeah. He's not world class. That's what Kenneth Roy is saying. Okay, he is not world class.
Not yet.
Not yet.
He's not. There's no yet. He's not world class.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, maybe not yet world class. Okay,
it's still developing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fake news. You still have that leak here. The United plot Haaland transfer move. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah,
Pierre Ronaldo.
Only to sack 7 senior players.
Devastating.
Yeah. 7 senior players. Okay, but we have to go anyway. 7 senior players. Who are the senior players anyway?
Marshall is there.
Is he a senior player?
The French Pelé.
Regular player.
Yeah, he's a senior player.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
You're welcome.
Thank you for watching as well. Enjoy the rest of your day. I am Tayo Salam.
I'm Cecilia Mongbe. Have a great day.